right. So my argument is this: like, let's say, what if you would find a book, like a really nice book, well edited, beautiful book on the street? Would you assume that somebody wrote it, published it?
Yes.
Right. So when you see this universe full of beauty and harmony and incredible complexity and all kind of possibilities and beauty and all kind of that stuff, you don't believe that that has some kind of a creator?
No.
Why not? It's completely illogical. This universe is so much more complex than a book or any
Yeah.
of that.
So there are 2 points here. The first thing is that you have to analyze when I look at a book, why is it that I believe that it's been designed? Well, because I have knowledge of these things called human beings, their interest and their desires, and what they tend to do, like write books. And the idea is that when I'm explaining some data point or some phenomena, I can only use an explanation from my background knowledge. Okay. So when I look at the universe, I have no background knowledge of minds creating universes. I've never that is not in the background. So I would be unjustified to uh, look at the universe and say a celestial created it, or God created it, or an all powerful mind created it. Um, it just wouldn't be justified. To your second point, you mentioned complexity. Complexity is not a hallmark of design. There are a lot of simple things that we create that um, are not, of course, obviously by definition, not complex. Complex things, um, in other words, is not a necessary feature of design. In fact, simple things are is just as prevalent in what humans create and animals. The animals are probably a better example, right? Animals, I think, have intelligent. They If they create anything, it's very simple, right? Holes. Think of woodpeckers. They just created a hole. Is that complex? But we still attribute a design to it. The woodpecker designed it as a home, right? Intended it for a home. So I don't think complexity is a feature of design, not necessarily.
Well, you see, you're a creator, right? You're creating this live right now. You're talking, you're creating some content. I am a creator, right? What we create is something very primitive for the most part when we compare this to this universe. So your creations need a creator. Any kind of a little object we have in our house, they need a creator. And you say that this complex universe does not need a creator? How
Wait,
is that possible?
sorry, I gave two arguments against that position. Which one are you replying to?
I didn't even understand all your arguments, I'll be honest. I didn't even understand it.
Start with that.
It just
Okay.
sounds like gibberish to me, you know? What you said, it sounds like gibberish.
All
I
right.
mean,
So let me try to make it very clear to you. Okay. When I look at the book, if you had no experiences of humans writing books, would it be a good explanation?
well, if I never saw a book and I saw a book, I would be surprised where did it come from? Yeah.
Right. What actually matters more than anything, more than what you cited, is that in your background info, you have had experiences of human beings writing books, correct?
Yeah, but what is your point though?
You have not had experiences of beavers writing books, correct? So
Yeah.
the point is that what justifies your belief that it was a human that created or wrote the book um, is because of what's in your background information with the explanation and what is being explained. Do you understand that much? Is that gibberish?
Ah, yeah, well, you see, okay, let me give you another example. Let's say we have a
No, I
book
want to
of
stick with
physics,
it.
right?
I just want to stick with this example. Do you understand
I agree with
what
what you said, but I don't get your point. I don't get your
I just
point.
want to know if it's gibberish.
No, I don't. I answer to you, but I don't see your point though. What is your
Okay,
point?
my point. Wait, my point. I'll repeat the point. The point is that the reason why you're justified in believing that it's a human being, okay, rather than a beaver or an alien for that matter, if you want something of matching intelligence, okay, is that
Right.
you have background information with humans writing books. That's my point so far. Do you see that point?
Yeah, but how does it deny what I say? How does it
Okay,
disprove
so
what I say?
what that shows is that when you attribute an explanation or cause to some data, it has to come from your background information with that thing, the cause, and or that in that category of thing, and the kind of thing that it tends towards as an effect. Okay, do we agree?
Yeah,
Okay,
and
so then when we look at the universe, do we have background information of minds creating universe or universes?
well, we do not have absolute proof, but it's called an analogy. We can make analogies when we compare two objects and they look similar. We can say, hey, maybe something is going on here, and
Okay,
maybe
so then
they are related in some way.
why does that not work in the case of the book and with the alien example, right? Aliens are like humans, right? We can imagine aliens from like the Star Wars universe, right? That got here pretty fast, or aliens like it doesn't have to be the aliens from Star Wars, but like them, right? They're analogous to human beings, are they not?
Yeah, they should be analogous in some ways,
Okay, so why is
absolutely.
it a bad explanation that if you saw a book on the road to think that it was a Star Wars alien-like creature?
Yeah, I'm not against it. It is definitely possible, but those creatures are
Wait.
similar to
Is it
us. They
a bad
have
explanation?
intelligence.
Is it a bad explanation?
No, it's not a bad
You
explanation.
think it's a good explanation that if you see on the road a book that it's likely, or the explanation is in fact likely that it's an alien-like creature similar to the Star Wars universe?
It's unlikely, but it's not impossible.
Would you think it's a good inference to make that it was the alien creature that wrote the book?
Well, it's a little better than beavers, though.
Is
That
it a good explanation
what you
or
brought up.
no? Yes or no? Is it a good explanation?
It's a possibility. It's definitely more
Is it
possible than
a explanation?
beavers.
Yes or no?
Why you want to trap me into yes or no? That's
Because
not
it's
honest. That
convenient
is
for you, is it
dishonest.
not, to say yes or no? You
You
might not
you're
know.
talking like an evangelical, preacher. Yes or no, yes or no.
Yeah, I'm an
That's not
evangelical when it comes
intelligent.
to bad reasoning. I preach against bad reasoning. And so I'm showing you that your inferences are no good because you're being, I think, a motivated reasoner. You know that it is not a good explanation that if you saw a book on the road, that it would be a Star Wars like alien from a different galaxy. That is not a good explanation, right? Yes?
Yeah, it is not a good explanation, but it's better than beavers.
Good. Why is it not a good explanation?
Well, because in our experience, we do not really see aliens a lot, but some people do.
There you
Some
go.
people do. Some people
Bingo.
see aliens.
Bingo. In the same way, there's nothing in my experience, right, where I witness minds creating universe.
Yeah, okay. So we do not have direct proof, but that's why we have the philosophy, and that's why we have the thinking powers that's given to us, and we
You
can
that's what I'm rejecting. You think I'm
deduce things. That's
rejecting?
the power of
You think I'm
deduction.
rejecting that we have reasoning? Wait, do you think I'm rejecting we have reasoning powers that we use philosophy? I'm just saying that if you agree with me that analogy ultimately does not matter because human beings are like aliens, right? Complexity does not matter because human beings can create complex and simple things. God can create simple things and complex things. So complexity and simplicity are not hallmarks of design. What makes for a good explanation a particular data point is going to be ultimately a set of experiences with the kind of explanation in that explanans, or what is being explained, right? So if you accept all that reasoning, then you're committed to saying that when you look at the universe, given that you have no experiences with minds creating the universe, it is not a good explanation to say the universe, therefore God is the explanation. And that is my point.
Well, I definitely see intelligence everywhere. I do see it, and it's not human because it obviously existed before.
I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. All right. I'm gonna end the live here, guys. I can't do it anymore. I cannot be. It's like he's ignoring everything it feels like he's ignoring everything I'm saying. No, I kicked him. I 100% kicked that sucker. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, we're gonna call it quits here, guys.